baby hog fish. To another episode of Oh My God, What's He Doing Now? So, one thing I've tried to do up here at the cabin is make everything I can off the land. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes you have to sit around and think about it. But where there's a will, there's a way. I went this morning and I got me two sticks with a fork in them. This one's got an extra one that we got to take off. But today's project, we're going to try to take these two items and cut them in a way that we can put them on the wall as curtain rod. Well, this ain't the rod, this is the holder. I got the rod over there trying to flatten it out because I can't find a straight stick here anywhere long enough to cover the window. So first thing I got to look at is, will I be able to split it? And I got this knife off of Amazon because I wanted something that I didn't care much about beating to death. The old stack gear. I think I paid about $12. I wouldn't trust my life to it, but it's great for doing these woodworking projects because I can beat on it and not care so much about what I do to it. So the first thing I think we got to do is we need to flatten out the back of it. Hopefully we can get this to split without tearing the whole thing up. We just slowly take it down the back. If we get that to split off, we've got somewhat of a flat back, right? Now we're gonna have to put a little carving on it. And like I said, it's not a bad knife, not something I'd trust my life to, but as a tool around the homestead, it's been great. So it's a little warm up here today, spring's in. About 82 degrees. I don't like hot weather. So another thing we want to try to do is get as much of the bark off as we can. Now it's not as necessary here inside the cabin, but if you leave that bark on there, it's going to lead to rot. Now right now I'm going to leave this piece right here super long because like I said, I'm over there trying to straighten the stick out. I don't know how well that's going to work out, so we may need a lot of extra. Definitely not going to be as straight as the old Lowe's Bed Bath & Beyond curtain rod holder you might get, but I believe it'll do the trick, about like this knife. Some of it peeled off real easy, some of it's a little difficult. We just take our knife and work it on down there, give it that rustic look. I always want to cut away from you, unless you want to go to the hospital, and then you can cut towards you. So, got a little bit more there, we'll shave that off. So we got lucky on this first one. Split right down the back, and that gave us a flat surface, which is going to be easier to mount to the wall. Now this one may be a little bit trickier because it's got this growing in the back. We're still going to give it the old efforts, see if we can get it to split down the back. You know, back in the day, can't get comfortable here. There we go, maybe. Back in the day, when they didn't have a bunch of tools, it's about how they did most of your woodworking. You wanted custom cuts. So I knew that area was going to be trouble, so we'll go ahead and break that off. We're going to re-angle our knife, give it a little bit more force. And if we're lucky, we didn't split the whole thing all down. We got it kind of straight. I mean, it's a little off down here. This is poplar wood. You got to get something with a straight grain. You want something easy to work with. So it's sitting that hard. Yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all watching everything we put out. Some of it's funny, some of it's not, some of it's crazy. Never know what you're gonna get. But if you want something exciting, we're definitely the channel to watch. So it's hanging up there. Again, we'll put the knife on it. And I left extra on this one too. But I didn't mean to leave that little piece right there, so we're going to take our knife and just chop it off. We keep dropping everything, making this project that much longer. Alright, that's somewhat clean. Some of that will flake off later, I promise you, after we get it hung up on the wall. So again, you're not trying to create something perfect, you're trying to create something functional. If you look down it, you can see she's pretty much straight. If you look down me, you can see I'm pretty much sweating to death. So a little bit more off of there. Of course, if it peels later, you can just pick it up, sweep it up off the ground. Alright guys, I'm going to put you on pause a minute, and I'm going to go get some non-off-grid tools. Be right back. Of course, this could be done 100% with hand drills and all that, but why would I when I've got the tools with me? So, got the old Warrior titanium drill bit set here from Harbor Freight. We use a lot of Harbor Freight up here on the off-grid cabin. Harbor Freight, if you want to sponsor me, reach out. This is the screw I plan to mount with right here. You see that? So what we want to do is find a bit that is about the same thickness. What you want to do, you can feel it, you just lay it up there. And the reason we want to pre-drill these holes is because you don't want to split the wood. So we'll get this. We'll pre-drill. I know some of y'all are probably excited to see me working off the ground. Finally getting some of these things up here to work on. Now you can see this angle right there? If I try to mount that screw, that's going to be a little long. So we're going to go ahead, hack a little bit off of this. Like I said, I bought this knife to do exactly what it's doing. Be beat on, be a tool, not be super sharp. More of a hand wedge there. So we've got that out of our way now. We'll take the drill and get us another hole up here. And as you can see, we got 2 holes drilled in there. We're going to do the same thing to this piece. Switch over to faster. Get us another hole right here. Knock that off. Put our tool up. Now I'll tell you what I got going on. Oh, drop the screw. Here he goes again. Found a stick that was semi-straight, and I've had these blocks sitting on it. Now, it's probably still going to have a bow, but we're going to take these blocks off. We'll throw them back on the ground. And like I said, I'm not expecting perfect, but we were just trying to get it maybe a little bit more straighter. And I believe we got that. Now guys, I'm going to take and strip the bark off of this. I'm not going to make you watch that, so we'll bring you back in a minute. I did want to show a little bit. You know, when you're going down this, again, away from you, hopefully is non-hospital, towards you might be the hospital. A few stitches. So, but you can see here, there's the bark. Can you see? I don't know. Can you see? There's the bark, and then there's an inner bark. And you want to try to get all that off as you're going down. Now again, doesn't have to be perfect. You know, we're just taking it off. No hurry. Nothing but time on the mountain. So I'll get on with it. There we go. One thing I should have mentioned, when you go to pick your stick out, make sure you already know the size of the holes on the curtain you're going to use. You may have to work with it. Again, not perfect, but she's sure gonna do the job. So let's slide that back up there. We're gonna sit this inside for a minute. Move y'all inside. Little adjustment trick. I know it's kind of dark in here, probably fixing to get darker. This is what I was using. My wife made pure fun of me. I had these hung up there. Yeah. Yeah, your wife will let you know when you're doing something stupid. I promise you. Now guys, something else I should mention. I know I mentioned the curtain, but I already came in here and measured and looked and know exactly where I want to put these mounts. Make sure I got the right bit. And know exactly where I want to put these mounts ahead of time. So take this screw and pre-start it right there. Just makes it easier once I climb up there. See, I almost forgot. Goes to the outside wall. You got to tighten these up. Ain't got to be all the way. Because you're just asking to split your wood. And again, we're going to get our screws. Turn you a little bit. Get our screws here. And by pre-drilling those holes, we can go ahead and stick that in there. Now, if you're hanging regular curtain rods, you wouldn't have to worry about this. But, because we're working with nature here, we'll go ahead and bring our rod up. Get this up here. And that's going to let us know exactly where we need to hang the other one. So that it's even. See, we got that bend there. We want this one to be about right there, and y'all can't see nothing. Where you need that third set of hands and somebody to move the camera. But I'm going to go ahead and hang this one, because I think y'all get the idea. Get that in there. Now, we should be able to take our little curtain here. Well, let's take these old screws out of the wall. They're going to be in the way. We should be able to take our little curtain here and our rod, which is not exactly perfect, but and now we have one curtain across there. What do you think, guys? Now, if you see this little gap right here, if I want to, I can move the rod up, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Like I said, that's why I don't permanently tighten anything. We'll run those back out. Run this one back out. Oh, maybe. Whoop. Bring our little mount here up. Get her tacked in. And there we go. Got us a curtain. And it works. My wife gifted me that curtain. Can you tell it's recycled? Anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Flip you around, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out our other videos, like, subscribe if you want to see some more, and we'll catch you on the next one.